The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their left-handed quarterback.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Back to throw here. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
And they'll send out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Gets around him. That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And out will come the offense as they take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stand an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 1.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
12 yards as they get to reset the sticks.
First down, Huskies.
They'll keep it on the ground.
Minor.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
He's brought down at the 37.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
When you look at this defense,
they find themselves just a couple of spots outside of the top 10 defending the pass, number 12 in the league.
And while teams don't like to talk about it, they're pretty proud of their rankings. But this ranking is going to be put to the test today because they're going up against a top 5 passing offense in this one.
A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now they try the right side here.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
He was brought down at the 26.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Second and 4.
To throw on second down. Bass. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
First down, Huskies.
Operating from the gun. Bass. And that is incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incomplete.
And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Huskies are on the board first here this afternoon.
One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. A 10-play drive that time. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive.
And they, almost to a man, told us how excited they are to be playing in this traditional Thanksgiving game. But we have to remember, this is a team that lost on Sunday. Now they get a very quick turnaround to play again. How difficult is that to do?
It's difficult under any normal circumstance when you're coming off of a loss and you have a quick turnaround. The first thing is to put the loss behind you and move forward. But when you play on Thanksgiving Day, everyone's watching you. It's an added bonus, though, because now you put the loss behind you. Get that taste out of your mouth, because the taste you want is victory, turkey, and pumpkin pie.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up second down.
Brings up second and 4 at the 36-yard line.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in week 5. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
Back to throw now on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second and 3.
At the 47-yard line.
Now a handoff looking right.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. A gain of just 1.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they're going past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Got a man it. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
This drive didn't end well, but if they can keep stringing these together, they'll like what they're doing. That was an 8-play drive before it ended in a fumble. So the takeaway's got to be doing what we want to do and doing it well. Just got to take care of the ball at the end.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
First down, Huskies.
Back to throw. Bass. He gets it to Thomas. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Right back to him on first down. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there.
His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Huskies have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. So he had the nice run to get him down there. Was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is, because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that cause you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
Looking to throw on second down. Bass.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
Looking to throw. Bass. That is caught. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Now this throw caught left side.
He's got room to roam.
Touchdown! A big second touchdown on the season.
And the Huskies take a 3-touchdown lead. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Now comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about a different style of running in order to get this guy going.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Flushed out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at 148-yard line and ended at the other. In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
At the 34-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on 1st down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
The 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Wide open receiver complete. Touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Blues are able to cut into that deficit.
That seemed like a much-needed touchdown after 21 unanswered points to start the game.
It's not often that you equate a football game to a golf tournament, but it's like you don't want to shoot yourself out of the tournament too early. So they needed that touchdown to make sure that they got an opportunity to not just get back into this game, but a chance to win it later if they continue to play well.
Extra point right down the middle. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So that drive, 12 plays in length.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. Out comes Anchorage to take over offensively. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their fourth possession. Touchdowns on their first three possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And an Anchorage first down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Toward the sideline, intercepted.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense.
They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball. That cut down the lead. Now the defense does their part, got them the football back.
So now maybe with the touchdown they scored previously, plus their defense making that stand up and getting the ball right back.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The catch and run going to wind up netting at 33 yards.
But that last throw, Charles, puts him over 15,000 yards passing now for his career.
And Brandon, they're not going to stop the game and give him the game ball here, but that's still a pretty impressive number, and he's got plenty of more good football ahead of him. Although I would say the team should give him a game ball after it's all over.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
And this offense on third down today, they've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And his kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
They'll start on the ground here on first down.
Pass the 20 for a short gain, second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. And they're able to get this one across the 35. All told, they get 13 yards on that play. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now a throw here, hauled in. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
They'll look to throw again.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that's Elliott, complete. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 46-yard line.
Back to throw again. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
And they have a first down and well into field goal range also at the 16 now.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And his kick is good. And the lead grows to 14 at 24-10. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. First, let's give everybody a look at what's coming up this weekend as we start into the home stretch in Week 12 of the NFL. Plenty to look forward to in that early window, one being a noontime start up in Green Bay. A big one for the Packers, as they'll be forced to reckon with the Las Vegas Raiders. In the late afternoon games, the place to be might very well be Denver, Colorado, where it'll be the Broncos taking on the New York Jets. And one more to highlight, a good one on Monday Night Football between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Minnesota Vikings.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3.
This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
There he goes, left side. He may go.
And touchdown. A great effort there. 68 yards.
And the Huskies come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
On 1st and 10, Bass. And he's got it. Touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown.
And the Huskies are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
He's second in the NFL in interceptions, and you understand why. He plays a game of great intelligence, understands positioning, and has a great ability to break on the football when it's in the air.
So fun to watch his closing speed, and another example of it on that play. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Out comes Anchorage to take over offensively.
They're just looking to do more of the same. They were good in the first half. They've extended their lead so far here in the second half. I don't know, they're just looking good on hitting on all cylinders right now.
And sometimes that means a head coach who really has a finger on the pulse of the team may not have anything to say at all. May tell the rest of the coaches,
up a little bit.
Just back it off a little bit. This team has it under control. I remember hearing about Bob Knight years ago in basketball, getting ready to give the final speech before the gold medal game in '84. And on the board, Michael Jordan had written, "Coach, after all we've been through, there's no way we're losing tonight." He didn't even give a pregame speech.
Wow, interesting. Well, right now, no speech is needed. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34.
Now 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Up the middle they go. Minor, and he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
19 Tiger.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. A quick throw, but incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Looking for Elliott, and he's got the catch on the crossing route.
7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down, that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and a yard.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
It's a gain of 3. And an Anchorage first down.
Back to throw. Bass. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a 13-yard pickup as the downs reset. Looking to throw. Bass.
Back to Elliott, and he's got him again.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5.
First and goal at the 5-yard line.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Bass to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And it's caught. Touchdown. From 8 yards out.
And the Huskies get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Blues 10.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at him that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another fourth down.
This is taken at the 23. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return.
Here's the Anchorage offense back out now.
They're continuing to rock and roll, and at intermission, maybe sometimes you fear after such a good first half of a letdown, but that wasn't the case.
And what I remember most about being in those situations is exactly what you're talking about. You almost have that sense of satisfaction. You're like, we're doing really well. But I remember one time someone said,
there he goes, right side.
Down the right sideline.
And all the way in for the touchdown. A big play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Huskies have taken a 6-touchdown lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point attempt to follow here. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Good, clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get them off the field with a 3-and-out.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Fielded at the 20. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
Out comes Anchorage to take over offensively. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
So they bring out their punter. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And we'll see what he can do on the return. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense.
And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with him punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Now 2nd and 9.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
Well, if you're going to give out a little applause on that play, it has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Great coverage there. Holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt.
Out comes Anchorage to take over offensively.
They're just looking for more of the same. Great first half so far. Good second half. And sometimes, I guess, maybe, Charles, these coaches, they don't have to tell these guys much when they're rolling like they're rolling right now.
You're exactly right. I've heard stories of some of the best coaches in our time or any time having grabbed their staffs at halftime and said, guys, they're playing really well. Don't go in there and give them a whole lot of stuff. Just pat them on the back, and essentially the speech at halftime is, let's go, guys, and that's it.
Yeah, no one's upset the apple cart so far.
15 yards on the play, 1st down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
On 1st down,
Minor. And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. From the 43, here's a 2nd down and 6.
Back to throw. Bass looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Elliott.
There he goes again.
Touchdown. A great play there. 57 yards.
And the Huskies will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will finally be taken down, but how about that play? It's a big one. On the final act of the third quarter. We're on to the fourth here on Thanksgiving Day. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now just east of Manhattan in Brooklyn. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. He'll drop to throw. Rolling to his... And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away.
And the Blues get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Well, CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about or really grasp onto in this game. They've been dominated, but at least they get a late touchdown here, something positive to put on film for tomorrow's session.
Yeah, they're still trying to execute, trying to get some positives on their board and ledger sheet and keep this from being a total loss. Give them credit. They're going down fighting.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Out comes Anchorage to take over offensively. We've paid this offense plenty of compliments already, but, I mean, they are deserving as they start another series. To be leading by this much with so much time left to play in the fourth, Charles, it's really, really been impressive to watch.
It has been, and you have to think to yourself, the preparation that went into this, but the absolute focus that they kept throughout in order to have this kind of a result, this is Super Bowl-esque, and they've got to feel awfully good about what they put out there today.
A give to the fullback on the dive. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down. Now a handoff up the middle. Minor. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
A gain of 8 yards.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been excellent. 6 for 7. This is 3rd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Minor. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
78 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. But we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
Up the middle they go. Minor. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Well, partner, you and I will be headed to the airport, but after this game, when it's interview time, someone's going to ask this quarterback what hurt worse, the interceptions or the sacks. His whole day, it's been rough. Barring a miraculous comeback, this offense isn't going to win this game, but he's probably going to say what hurt most is the loss.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13. They'll set up a throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
It's a big play there on third down. And even 60 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
And it's caught. Touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Blues are able to at least get one score back. Well, he's regarded as one of the best athletes among NFL tight ends, Charles, and it certainly was on display right there.
And as we've seen this league continue to grow and develop, I think the tight end position is becoming harder and harder to defend because now it's elite athletes playing that position, not just the big guys who can block. How about his ability to get downfield and make plays against any defense?
Extra point splits the uprights as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Out comes Anchorage to take over offensively. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's second down.
This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a fourth down now.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, go into pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of the first down.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Facing a big fourth quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Back to throw here. And he comes back with one complete. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
They'll drop to throw.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Out comes Anchorage to take over offensively. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the 46-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Minor. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them. trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
They'll set up to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
Now a throw here, hauled in, and he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now. And all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
The CD, you know, anytime they get close to the red zone, he is such a threat, and there he is again already, his 2nd touchdown of the ball game.
And I know it's probably a little bit of a failing on my part, but you know I watch a game through defensive eyes, and I don't understand what the coverage was doing there. When he headed out deep, they should have adjusted and flowed towards him. Instead, they left him out there and gave him a chance to make a big play. And, of course, he did exactly that. His size, speed, and versatility makes him a top target in any game.
Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Out comes Anchorage to take over offensively as they try to finish things off in this 4th quarter, and that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6.
They'll start this drive out on the ground.
That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
3rd down and 6.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
But forget knowing where the 1st down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. He takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw.
This one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
They're going to look to throw. And that's caught inside the 35. And a huge play that time. 51 yards.
Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So for Anchorage,
they just keep on rolling as they move to 9-2 with a win here. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Kansas City next week. Meanwhile, for Brooklyn, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.